You can tell a lot about a horse long before you even touch the reins. Watch its ears, the way it shifts its weight, the way it flicks its tail. For centuries, riders and trainers have known that the first step to working with a horse isn't teaching it something new, it's earning its attention. Without that attention, even the gentlest horse can seem distant or distracted. With it, the same horse becomes a willing partner. Imagine standing in the pasture. The horse notices you but keeps grazing. You take a step closer. Its ear swivels toward you, its head lifts slightly. That's the moment you've begun to connect. In this guide, we'll explore easy, humane ways to gain a horse's attention, whether you're a first-time horse owner or a rider with years of experience. We'll share real stories from horse people, simple exercises, and the science of equine body language that helps you create a bond based on respect rather than force. By the end of this journey, you'll understand that getting a horse's attention isn't about being louder or stronger. It's about being clearer, calmer, and more consistent. It's about speaking in the quiet language horses already understand. Before you can get a horse's attention, you have to understand what the horse is paying attention to in the first place. Horses live in a world shaped by instinct. As prey animals, they are always aware of movement, sound, and energy around them. When you enter their space, they notice far more than you realize. The first clues lie in the ears. A horse's ears are like radar dishes, turning to catch sounds and focus on whatever holds their interest. If both ears point forward, the horse is alert, curious, maybe even excited. If they flick back and forth, the horse is gathering information, undecided about what matters most. Ears pinned flat back, however, usually mean irritation or discomfort, a clear sign to slow down and reconsider your approach. Next, watch the eyes. A calm horse has soft, round eyes. When a horse's eyes widen so the whites show, it signals fear or stress. Blinking slowly, on the other hand, often indicates that the horse is relaxed or beginning to trust. The head and neck speak volumes too. A horse that lowers its head slightly is often calm and open to connection. A horse that raises its head high or jerks back is on alert, possibly unsure or defensive. Even the tail tells a story. A swishing tail can mean annoyance with flies or frustration if paired with pinned ears. A gently hanging tail usually signals comfort. Learning to notice these signs is the foundation for gaining a horse's attention. Instead of rushing in with commands or loud cues, you learn to respond to what the horse is already saying in its silent language. In the pasture, imagine standing still a short distance away from a grazing horse. You wait. After a moment, one ear flicks toward you. That's your first sign. The horse knows you're there. When its head lifts slightly and one eye turns toward you, that's the second sign. The horse is now curious about you. Great trainers often say that the most important skill isn't making a horse look at you, it's learning to see when the horse already has. The key to attention is respect. By reading the body language before you act, you show the horse that you're willing to listen. And a horse that feels heard is far more willing to pay attention in return. Once you understand a horse's body language, the next step is to invite its focus in a way that feels natural and safe. The goal is not to demand attention, but to earn it through calm presence, consistency, and small signals that horses understand. 1. Start with your energy. Horses are incredibly sensitive to the energy we bring. A nervous or hurried approach can make them wary, while a calm, steady presence draws them in. Take a deep breath before you step closer. Stand tall but relaxed, with your shoulders soft and your hands quiet at your sides. Many seasoned horse handlers say, the horse feels you before you ever touch it. That's why your inner calm matters as much as your outer actions. 2. Position yourself in the horse's comfort zone. Approach a horse from the side, slightly near the shoulder, not directly from the front or behind. The side is where a horse sees you best and feels least threatened. Pause a few steps away so the horse has space to notice you. If the horse flicks an ear or turns an eye toward you, it's already acknowledging your presence. Wait a moment before moving closer. This pause signals respect. 3. Use your body language as a cue. To encourage attention, you can shift your stance slightly. Stand with one shoulder turned slightly toward the horse, not square on. Keep your gaze soft and focused near the horse's neck or shoulder, not as if you're staring it down. If you want to invite the horse to step toward you, take a slow step backward and keep your energy open. Many horses will be curious enough to follow. 4. Add a quiet voice or gentle sound. Once the horse has noticed you, a soft word, whistle, or gentle click of the tongue can help hold its focus. Keep your tone low and steady. High-pitched or sudden noises can startle. Use the same sound consistently when inviting attention. Over time, the horse will associate that sound with you and respond more quickly. 5. Reward focus, not just actions. The moment the horse looks at you or shifts its ears in your direction, acknowledge it with a soft, good, or a relaxed breath. You can also offer a scratch at the withers, the spot just above the shoulders. Many horses find this soothing. By rewarding the act of paying attention, you teach the horse that tuning into you brings comfort and safety. 6. Keep sessions short and positive. Horses, like people, can lose focus if asked to concentrate too long. Especially with young or nervous horses, short, frequent sessions build trust and attention better than long, demanding ones. 7. Respect the horse's limits. Some horses are naturally more reserved or take longer to warm up. Patience is key. If the horse turns away or moves back, don't chase it. Pause, step back slightly, and give it time to regain comfort. Often, the horse will return its attention once it feels you won't force the connection. The real secret to getting a horse's attention is mutual trust. You show the horse that you are safe, patient, and worth noticing, and in turn, the horse chooses to focus on you. This simple foundation opens the door for everything else: groundwork, riding, even deeper companionship. Even with the best intentions, many beginners, and sometimes even experienced horse owners, make mistakes that can confuse or discourage a horse. Knowing what not to do is as important as learning the right techniques. 1. Rushing the first approach. One of the most common errors is walking straight up to the horse, hand outstretched, as if greeting a pet dog. Horses, as prey animals, are wired to notice direct, fast approaches as a potential threat. This can cause them to tense up, step back, or even move away. Instead, slow your pace as you near the horse. Approach from the side, let it see and smell you first, and allow a few moments for it to decide you are safe. 2. Forcing eye contact. In human culture, looking someone in the eye shows honesty and confidence. But for a horse, a direct stare, especially from a stranger, can feel like a predator's challenge. Keep your gaze soft and focused near the horse's shoulder or chest rather than locking eyes. As trust builds, brief, gentle eye contact becomes more natural and less intimidating. 3. Using loud or sudden cues. Many newcomers try to get a horse's attention by clapping, whistling sharply, or calling in a loud voice. While this might startle the horse into looking your way, it doesn't build trust or willingness. Often, it leaves the horse tense and more likely to ignore you next time. Quiet, consistent cues, a soft click, a gentle word, work far better and help the horse feel safe. 4. Ignoring the horse's early signals. A flicking ear, a shifting hoof, a slight head turn, these are all signs the horse is starting to pay attention. If you miss or ignore them and push too fast, you may overwhelm the horse and lose the fragile thread of connection. Paying attention to the small signals is often the difference between a horse that willingly engages and one that shuts down. 5. Holding tension in your own body. Horses mirror the energy around them. A handler who moves stiffly, grips the lead rope too tightly, or speaks in a rushed tone unintentionally signals to the horse that there may be danger. Before approaching, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let your movements be smooth and measured. Your calm becomes the horse's calm. 6. Over-rewarding with treats. While small treats can sometimes be helpful, relying on them too much can backfire. Some horses become pushy or distracted, more focused on the treat than on you. Praise, a soft voice, or a gentle scratch at the withers often has a more lasting and meaningful effect. 7. Expecting instant results. Building attention is not about winning a quick reaction. It's about creating a consistent relationship. Pushing too hard for a horse to focus immediately can lead to frustration on both sides. Patience, repetition, and positive experiences teach a horse that you're worth listening to, not pressure or force. Many of these mistakes come from thinking like a human rather than understanding how a horse sees the world. When you adjust your approach to respect the horse's instincts, attention becomes something you earn naturally, not something you fight for. In a quiet pasture in the early morning, a young girl named Ava stood by the fence watching a tall bay horse named Jasper. At first, Jasper ignored her, focused on grazing, the tip of his tail flicking lazily at flies. Ava wanted to call out, but her riding instructor whispered, "Wait." So she waited, still and calm, with her hands by her side. After a moment, Jasper's ears flicked back toward her. He paused in his grazing, lifted his head, and turned one eye toward the small figure by the fence. Ava took a slow step forward, just as she'd been taught. Jasper lowered his head slightly, a sign of curiosity and comfort. That was the first spark of connection, a moment of trust earned, not forced. Scenes like this happen every day in stables and pastures around the world. The process is simple, yet profound. Patience, presence, respect. It reminds us that the path to a horse's attention isn't about dominance or tricks. It's about understanding. When you learn to wait for that flick of an ear, to soften your own gaze, to invite rather than command, you step into a language older than words, the quiet language of horses. And it is in that language that all good partnerships begin, with listening first, then guiding. The wisdom is clear. If you want a horse to focus on you, start by becoming the kind of presence it can trust. Show calm instead of tension, patience instead of hurry, and respect instead of demand. A horse's attention is not a prize to be seized, but a gift to be received. So the next time you step into a pasture or approach a horse in a barn, remember, your stillness may speak louder than your voice. If this journey into the subtle art of connecting with horses inspired you, we'd love for you to be part of our growing community. Subscribe to Horse Sense and help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Together, we can share more stories, lessons, and wisdom from the world of horses, the gentle teachers who remind us how to lead by listening.